Your Job Wrestling Hour with your host, the ConKaiserdor and old school Avis Hathaway. Pin me, pay me, do your job. Pin me, pay me, do your job. Pin me, pay me, do your job. Pin me, pay me, do your job.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour right here on Blog Talk Radio and...
Merry New Year!
Oh, yeah, it is a brand new year here on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour as we welcome 2012 with an awesome interview tonight as we have on the show our special guest, Beastly Brody and Snakemaster. They'll be joining us in just a little bit here on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour. Old school Avis Hathaway, Bud, what's going on there tonight?
Well, I want to welcome all our new listeners. We've been gaining a lot of new followers and fans on Twitter and Facebook, so I want to thank everybody for that's tuning in for the first time. Hopefully you enjoy the show. And I also want to take the time. We announced a contest today on Twitter for anybody who retweeted our link would be entered to win an autographed 8x10 by none other than the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and Dustin Rhodes as well. This is an awesome piece of memorabilia to have. I want to go ahead and right off the top, because I know we got a packed show, I want to go ahead and announce a winner. I'm going to go ahead and choose at random here, so let's take a look. All right, the Twitter handle is at RKH500, at RKH500. You have 2 minutes to call into the show to claim your prize. Call in, just claim your prize, and then direct DM me your address, and I will send it on out to you.
If you are the winner, you can call in 714-694-4101. That's 714-694-4101. We'll also take your questions live tonight in the top of the hour. If any questions at all for Beastly Brody, Snakemaster, or us right here, the ConKaiserdor and Old School Avis Hathaway, don't hesitate. Give us a call. We'll take your questions live over the phone, also in our chat room, which is filling up as we speak. So great stuff, man. Great contest, too. I mean, Dustin Rhodes autograph. I heard rumor that we've also given away some DVDs.
We are. I've already given away an FIP DVD, which, if you're not familiar with FIP, it's a Full Impact Pro, a sister promotion to Ring of Honor. Great DVD set I gave away. I have more that we're going to be giving away. I know you're going to be supplying some DVDs as well. I have more autographs. We're gonna keep giving away swag. Now, if our winner does not call in by 9:05, stay tuned. At some point during the show, I will pick a second winner. We'll try to get this awesome piece of memorabilia given away.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we actually have a caller on the line right now. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Is this the ConKaiserdor or whatever you call yourself?
This is the ConKaiserdor, and who is this I'm speaking to?
This is Stephen Cage, your new business partner from the Roman Show Pro Wrestling. How dare you forget my number? You are the one who writes my checks now. The only reason I'm on this godforsaken show is because you requested me. Now, what's going on? What's the deal?
Old school. Have you heard of Stephen Cage? Who's this?
No, I haven't. I don't even know who this clown is. What's happening here?
Who are you, Stephen Cage?
Well, I am the co-host of the Roman Show Professional Wrestling. We are on the show every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Our website is just like you guys, Blog Talk Radio. We are www.blogtalkradio.com/Rodolfo Roman. He's the host of the show. I'm the entertainment of the show. We are the best of both worlds. Actually, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't actually be the best. But that's just my opinion.
The Roman Show got a show coming up soon on Tuesday?
Oh, yeah. And ever since the Roman Show and Do Your Job Radio started a business partnership, you could say, basically, yeah, we're going to have Ellie McFly, the wrestling's own Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So if anyone is a fan of the old school cartoons or something like that, by all means, listen to him because his attire is all Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. On top of that, we're going to also have the King of Florida, Francisco Ciazzo, on the line.
Very cool, very cool. Ciazzo has also worked with NWA Ring Warriors, as well as some other Florida promotions. Very cool he'll be on the show. So if you want to check out The Roman Show, Facebook, The Roman Show. Also, go on Blog Talk and check them out there as well. They got a show upcoming on Tuesday. Anything else you want to plug there, bud?
No, that's about it. You can always tweet the host at RomanDH on Twitter, or you could just follow us on Facebook ourselves. His is Rodolfo Roman on Facebook. My name is Stephen Cage on Facebook. Follow us both. And thank you very much for actually doing business with you guys. And I'll be listening to the rest of the show, seeing if you guys could even compare to what I am.
Thanks for your support, Cage. We appreciate it, and definitely check out the Roman Show. You have a good one, bud.
Same to you.
Good stuff, guy. Partnerships, radio shows, kind of shaking hands, not a bad deal, old school.
No, I mean, the whole point of this show and any other show is really to help put the business over, get people's names out there, get exposure for guys. So, partnering up with another show, giving them a little pub, hopefully they give us a little pub, it's good for everybody. It gets everybody's name out there. It gets the wrestler's name out there. So it's never a bad thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, when you do a radio show, man, you want to bring the best interviews to your listeners and also, give something to the fans of those guests as well, because there's a lot of guys or women who may not have done a radio show before, so that is something really cool that you can bring to those fans that they may not get, just seeing them work an event,
So like I said, it's never a bad thing. I also want to announce, I don't know if they've called in yet. You have the switchboard. I did speak to our winner via Twitter, so we do have a winner. Stay tuned next week, and during the week I'll do more giveaways, everybody. But don't worry, if you didn't win, we have plenty more awesome stuff to give away over the course of the next few weeks.
We definitely do, absolutely. Got some great stuff to give out, DVDs, autographs from wrestling legends, and also we're working on some Do Your Job swag as well, which we have run some test prints. We do have a Do Your Job Wrestling tee, which was our first tee. It's a out-of-print item now, so, if you find it on eBay going for, $5, hey, check it out. Also, the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour hoodie, which I own, guy, which is very cool as well. So, very cool stuff. So, hopefully we'll have some other stuff as time goes on. But, hey, we got to take a break, bud. You know why? Because just a little bit, we're going to be joined with Beastly Brody and Snakemaster right here on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour on Blog Talk Radio. Let's welcome to the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour all the way from beautiful, lovely South Florida. We have Beastly Brody and his manager, Snakemaster of the Army of Darkness. Thanks for being with us tonight. Uh-oh, that must be the Beast. Is Snakemaster, is the Beast caged right now, or is he on the loose? What's going on?
The Beast is actually caged right now as we speak. I do keep him caged. We had a show last night. He got out of control, and right now he's actually being punished. He had no dog food all day today.
Oh, poor guy. Hopefully you feed him Gravy Train.
No, he actually likes pedigree. So,
pedigree. Oh, high-end beast you got there, huh?
Yes, he loves pedigree, and if he doesn't start winning his matches pretty soon, he's going to go back to Alpo.
Well, let's start the interview here. We got some great questions we want to get and ask here. The first question we want to ask for the Beast is, how did he break into the business and who trained him?
Who trained the Beast? One of the best trainers out there trained the Beast, Rusty Brooks. And he actually got into the business by growing a lot of hair on all parts of his body. That's actually how it started. And he was seen out on the street at a fire hydrant by Rusty Brooks. He was getting ready to use it, and the cops showed up. The dog pound showed up. They were ready to take him away. Rusty came out, gave him a big check not to take Beast away, and took him under his wing, and there you have it. That's how Beast became Beast.
Very cool. Now, I kind of want to ask the same question to you here, since you have your own legacy in the wrestling business. How did you break in, and who trained you?
It actually wasn't at a fire hydrant with me. In 1984, I became friends with Kevin Sullivan, and we talked for a long time. He was having a big show at the Orange Bowl, Lords of the Ring, and asked me if I wanted to take the snake back to the locker room for him, and I said yes. I was the one that gave him Nake at the time. I went over there. I met him at noon at a hotel room that day. We had a talk. He hands me a robe and face paint. He said, "Your name is Abudadein." And that's where it started. My first crowd was 30,000 people.
Wow.
I traveled 7 days a week. We're on TV every week, as you know. And that's where it started. Kevin Sullivan, Meha Singh, Purple Haze, Luna Vachon, among others. And it was great. Nothing will ever be the same as it was when I first started with Florida Championship Wrestling.
Very cool. Now, this question more for the Beastly Brody over there. Now, aside from his ring name, his character has a lot of the late Bruiser Brody influence and characteristics. Can you talk a little bit about how you developed your character and its evolution since your debut?
Tapes. Lots of tapes.
He purchased a lot of tapes, Bruiser Brody tapes. I went over to his doghouse one day, and he had the tapes on the floor, and he was actually getting ready to have his way with those tapes. And I picked them up. I brought him over to my house, put them in a VCR, which they actually still worked, and he wanted them, and I showed them to him, and he did really well with them. And other than some bite marks, that's how he started. He liked Bruiser Brody. I actually knew Brody from when I first started. Great guy. It's a shame what happened to him. And Beast is Beast. He's not Bruiser Brody. He's not acting like trying to be Bruiser Brody, but he's trying to come up with his own thing, which is a good thing.
Absolutely, which is good. You want to strive to be something a little different there. Now, Beast is a member of your Army of Darkness, which does have a legacy, like you said, dating back to the 1980s. You've managed a who's who in the wrestling business, Kevin Sullivan, the late Luna Vachon, and the list goes on. What does a veteran manager like Snakemaster bring to Brody's character development in his career?
I really can't say too much about it because our opponents might actually be listening, but I will tell you, day by day, he is getting better. He's learning. He's studying. And one day, he will be on top. And I mean in the wrestling ring.
Now, let me ask you this question because, Brody has, he's been working a lot of shows, especially, even more and more lately. He's captured several titles in various South Florida promotions. Is there a specific title victory which was the most special to him?
Right now, the live heavyweight title is what he has on Wednesday night at the Armory, which is actually where I first started with Florida Championship Wrestling with my AOD in 1984. He is taking on Tommy Vandal for the FOW heavyweight title, and we're definitely looking forward to that. Ring Warriors is a great promotion. They're just starting out. This is their second show, and I want all the AOD fans to come out and support us, which I'm sure they will. They come out to all the shows and support us. But Tommy Vandal goes out there bragging how he's been wrestling for 11 years and NWA is a tradition. Yes, NWA is a tradition. He's been wrestling for 11 years. He calls himself the Pure Champion. My AOD has been around for 25 years, 27 years. And as for the Pure Champion, there's nothing pure about Tommy Vandal. So
Tommy
Vandal. It should be a good show. That's right, Beast. You know what we're going to do to Tommy Vandal on Wednesday night at Ring Warriors, don't you? That's right.
Food.
We're going to take just a quick break here, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to return with our live interview with Beastly Brody and Snakemaster right here on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour on Blog Talk Radio.
America's Top Team presents Ring Warriors. It's NWA Pro Wrestling returns to the National Guard Armory in Fort Lauderdale on Wednesday night, January 18th with a 7:30 bell time, featuring round 2 of the Grand Championship Tournament. The debut of the ladies division, National Champion Chance Profit battles the Tokyo Monster Kahagas in a return lumberjack match. And in a 6-man tag team main event, the Dark City Fight Club and Wardell Walker meet Badass Billy Gunn and the Headbangers. Call 954-828-2162 or get tickets now at NWARingwarriors.com.
Hey, this is Vito DiNucci from the Heavenly Bodies, 3-time NWA World Tag Team Champion and the current CEO and czar of talent in general for NWA Ring Warriors. Make sure every Sunday night you're tuning in to check out the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour. If you don't, you're the jobber.
Welcome back to the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour right here on Blog Talk Radio. I'm the ConKaiserdor, and alongside me is old school Avis Hathaway. We are live tonight with our special guest of the evening, Beastly Brody and Snakemaster.
All right, thanks again, guys, for joining us. Now, I want to ask, Beast has worked against some of the best talent South Florida and Florida in general has to offer. Is there somebody that he hasn't worked that either you'd like to see him in the AOD get involved with, or anybody that you'd like for him to work in the near future?
Actually, anybody that comes in that thinks they have a chance against my AOD or the Beast is welcome. There aren't any particular names that I can come up with. I mean, there's one that's been running from my AOD for a while. I have no idea why, but Jesse Neal is one person who has had run-ins with Sean Allen and with Beast in the past, and for some reason, he's still running. So Jesse Neal might be one person that I'd like to have Beast or Sean Allen go up against in the near future.
My partner had alluded to earlier the FOW Live Pro Wrestling Media Solution shows, January 21st in Hollywood. Beast is going to be taking on J.B. Cool for the Live Championship. Beast and J.B. Cool, they've kind of mixed it up a few times before. What makes this match different, and kind of can you give your predictions on how that match is going to go?
Actually, nothing makes this match any different. Beast has wrestled J.B. Cool many times and always had his hand raised. J.B. Cool gets in the ring, he dances, he doesn't really wrestle. I don't know what J.B. Cool does or why he does it, but the Beast, once again, on Saturday night in Hollywood, is going to come out victorious. There's no question about it.
Winning. Should be a great match. And also, we talked a little earlier about NWA Ring Warriors. Now, anybody who was at Ring Warriors probably saw you and Beast both there in attendance. How did you guys get involved with Ring Warriors and the upcoming match with Tommy Vandal?
I've actually known the promoter, Howard Brody, for a number of years, actually probably 25 years. I've known Vito DiNucci for about the same. And we've been talking for a while. We've had negotiations, and I wanted to bring Beast in. And Tommy Vandal is the first opponent they picked for Beast, and I guess they couldn't find any competition. So what can I say? Tommy Vandal is Tommy Vandal, and I remember when he first started wrestling 11 years ago. I remember that. I remember the Vandals, and he used to actually go to the gym all the time. He used to be in really good shape. This was 11 years ago. And now I think he spends more time at McDonald's than he does in the gym. And it's really sad that as a manager, I'm bigger than Tommy. I'm in the gym 6 days a week, and I care about what I look like. It seems like all he cares about is, again, fast food, McDonald's, Burger King, and I don't know where else he goes, but he's going to on Wednesday night at NWA Ring Warriors, he's going to have a problem, and he won't be able to keep up with Beast. So I have Sean Allen over here right now. He's with me, and he's probably going to be in attendance also Wednesday night. And he's had his run-ins with Tommy Vandal also, and agrees with me too.
Now let me ask you this question, because apparently Tommy Vandal's going around, especially on the internet, posting videos of him and Goldie. What do you guys have on Goldie and Tommy Vandal?
Tommy Vandal, again, when he first started, he could get any girl he wanted. He was in great shape. All the girls loved him. He still has the Vandal chick around who's a really good fan. I like the Vandals chick and her dad. They come to all the matches. We have a lot of good fans. Harmony is a great fan. She comes to all the matches. And right now, Tommy's having a big problem with finding somebody because of his weight, because of his looks, because of what happened. He's getting old, he's getting fat, and he's getting sloppy, and his ring work shows. So right now, the best he can do is Goldie White, which is the FOW title belt. He takes it everywhere with him. He sleeps with Goldie White. Yes, he's a weirdo.
Now, another group I want to bring up, who's we've had on the show several times, they're good friends of the show, is the Red Devil Fight Team. I know the AOD has had their problems with them as well. I've seen some great battles in CCW, among other places, between the AOD and Red Devil Fight Team. And there's a good chance that they're going to hear this interview as well. They'll be back on the show in the coming weeks as well. Anything you want to say to them?
The Red Devil Fight Team has had a lot of run-ins with AOD, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot more run-ins over the years. I can honestly say we don't see eye to eye. We probably never will. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about anything but themselves and their vodka. But I will say the Red Devil Fight Team are one of the most professional, respectful teams that I've seen around in a long time, which is nice to see in pro wrestling. They come to shows wearing their suits. They have real wrestling gear that looks good. They're good with their promos. They're good in the ring, and they actually get it. And again, I don't see eye to eye with them at all. And when we do get in the ring with them again, just like we always do, they're going to be the ones leaving in body bags, just like AOD always does. But they are professional. They are a great tag team, and maybe one day they'll actually wake up and want to join the AOD and become winners.
Me want suit.
Can't see Red Devil Fight Team joining the AOD, but they will be joining us on February 26th, as we're going to have a special Russian radio roulette episode. Every caller into the show, that episode on February 26th, Red Devil Fight Team takes a shot of vodka, so you don't want to miss that show, as that might be the only time you may be able to convince them to join the AOD.
I might actually call in and try that night. Or I might actually sit and listen, and I might have some vodka, too. They have that cheap Russian vodka that they like, but everybody knows Grey Goose is a bomb.
We have some questions out of the chat room here. One of the questions from Y2 Jibber Jabber, he wants to know if Beast and the Army of Darkness is afraid of one Maximum Capacity.
Are we afraid of Maximum Capacity?
Too much fat.
The only thing we're afraid of is him coming into the ring and the ring collapsing, and we won't be able to have our match. Or cutting in line in front of the buffet. But no, we're not afraid of Maximum Capacity. He is long gone. He hasn't been down here in months. He has been running from the AOD for years. And last time I actually saw him at a show, by the time he got to the ring, he was ready to collapse, and he couldn't even get in the ring. But, I mean, you know who he makes me think of? You know the Kool-Aid guy?
Yeah.
That crashes through a wall? That's who he makes me think, he reminds me of.
Well, that's a little harsh. I mean, he does wear the red jumpsuit, so I can see where you're going with that there. But
it's not harsh at all. I love Kool-Aid. If the time comes that we ever have to wrestle with Maximum Capacity, I might actually bring him a pitcher of Kool-Aid to have before the match. And I might actually get it from Jim Jones. I don't know if anybody knows who he is, but if not, then if not, then I won't go any farther with that one. But
yeah, we don't want to kill Max Cap. I mean, that's no good.
You're actually right, because they don't make body bags big enough for him, so we don't want to kill him. No.
We have a question from Alana out of the chat room. She wants to know, what does Snakemaster think of Johnny Knockouts Wrestling?
What do I think of him? I have never met him personally. I have talked to him. I talked to him online. I would love to have him come down and work one of our shows. He's a great guy. He has a great look, a great gimmick, and I think he's going to go a long way one day, too.
I knock out Johnny.
You know, we have had a guy on the show, Frightmare from Chikara, who didn't speak really at all. However, for someone who, kind of hangs out in the Everglades and cages and eats Alpo. He speaks somewhat decent English.
He speaks a little bit, but I'm just teaching him. I'm trying to teach him as much as I possibly can, which really isn't easy.
Oh, I bet. Now, does he prefer to be walked, or do you let him roam around the backyard?
No, he roams around in the backyard, and as you know, when he comes to the ring, I have to have a chain around his neck. If I didn't walk out with a chain, if he wasn't around a chain, I tried that once, and he got away, and he mauled 5 people in the crowd. So he started to eat little kids, and it wasn't a good scene. So I actually have to have a chain with me when I walk him to the ring. When he's finished with his match, I have to put the chain back on him and walk him back to the locker room.
Snakemaster, if you're teaching him some English and how to speak a little bit, I'm surprised he doesn't sound a lot more like Stewie from Family Guy, because following your Twitter, I can tell you're a big Family Guy fan. Family
Guy is the best show on TV. You are right. I have to get my Family Guy fix every night before I go to bed, before I go to sleep, or I have nightmares at night. So that is true. And Beast sounding like Stewie, that's actually a good idea. I might sit him in front of the TV, watch old Family Guy shows, and see if I can do that.
I think that would be interesting to hear Stewie Griffin's voice coming out of Beast. That would be kind of funny. Now, Snakemaster, I have another question kind of going to you. We talked a little bit about earlier how you've been managing in the game for, so long, Kevin Sullivan, Luna Vachon, the list goes on. Obviously in the major promotions anymore, WWE, to some degree TNA, you don't really see managers used like they were 10, 20 years ago. I just want to kind of get your thoughts on that and kind of what you think could be done better using managers, because there's a lot of guys I think that, with a manager would be able to go a lot further without having to, speak as much, that sort of thing.
That is true, but they, as you said, they don't use managers that much anymore. All they went from div managers, now they have divas. They don't even have valets anymore. They want to stick to divas. I haven't seen too many managers in the WWE recently, or TNA, or anywhere, and I think it is a big part of wrestling, and I think it should be brought back.
Why do you think they went away from it, though?
That I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I mean, I learned a lot from Gary Hart, who is one of the legends in this sport, too. I learned a lot from Gary. He was a great guy, and Gary Hart, or Oliver Humperdinck, was a good friend of mine. I learned a lot from him. These are people that were great in the business, and I think they should come back, but one day they do. Like I said, nothing will ever be the same as when I first started.
We do have a caller on the line. Caller, what is your name, and where are you calling from?
Oh, God, I want to eat that cosmic cookie so bad. Abudadein, you're killing me.
Oh, no. You have to travel to the 13th step of the 13th pyramid and meet with a lady of the third eye with myself to eat the cosmic cookie and chew upon the betel nut. And unfortunately, you have never made it there because you have run from the AOD. I try to bring you in. I try to get you part of the AOD, and you just couldn't do it. You couldn't handle it.
I couldn't lower my standards. I'm a very high-standard wrestler.
You're a high-standard wrestler? Since when are you a high-standard wrestler?
I think Beast is choky. You might have to do the Heimlich on him.
No, I'm not doing the Heimlich on Beast. It's okay. Beast is fine. No mouth-to-mouth either. Actually, I could bring you in for that. If you'd done that, I could actually create an AOD job for you to do that for Beast, if you'd like.
Yeah. Well, the fun fact of the day is I have a 10-inch penis. That's been going around the forum all day.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It is. It's actually been posted in the chat room, and it's been actually retweeted in the chat room, too, if that even exists. It's been retweeted that we have 2 fun facts going around, and then Max Cap introduced his own fun fact about his 10-inch penis.
I don't know. From what I've heard over the years, I mean, I really don't want to talk about this. I just had dinner, and I really don't want to talk about that. But if that's the truth, that means in the last couple of years, he's had a 9-inch implant added. So I don't know.
Look, he talked about Tommy Vander earlier and all the rats he got. Who do you think taught Tommy initially how to get these rats and bang them? It was me. I was the king of rats in Florida at one time.
Okay, we're talking about 2 different types of rats. You're talking about the type that live in the sewer. When I was talking about Tommy's rats, I was talking about girls and groupies.
I have so many female fans, I got to fight them off with a bucket of chicken.
Oh, my God. This show has gone off the rails.
That is true. You know, we do have Max Cap potentially coming back on the show. You know, if he does live to March, Max Cap could be on the Deer Job Wrestling Hour yet again. So, Snakemaster Beast, you looking forward to that episode?
Oh. Giggity.
Max Cap, any final thoughts for Beast and Snakemaster?
Yeah, on Wednesday, they might want to bring extra help, sign a Beast's will, make it out to Snakemaster to get his fur, because Tommy Vandal is going to dominate them, just like the Giants dominated today.
How is Tommy Vandal going to dominate anyone?
He's been in the gym twice this week. He's ready.
Are you talking about the McGym? Is that a new sandwich at McDonald's, the McGym, where Tommy has been?
No, the McDonald's he goes to happens to have a jungle gym, and he's been playing at that after he gets his Big Mac.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now I understand.
Well, thanks for the call, Max. We appreciate you calling into the show, and we look forward to having you back on as well there, buddy. All right, Maximum Capacity called into the Deer Job Wrestling Hour, talk a little smack to Beastly, Brody, and Snakemaster. And we don't see Max Cap working down in South Florida anymore. When was the last time you guys saw him?
I actually haven't seen him for about 8 months. He moved up to Orlando. He's not even living down here anymore. Maybe he'll be back down one day. I don't know, but he moved to Orlando a while back.
You guys have some shows upcoming. You got the live show. You've got Ring Warriors coming up here. I know there's an upcoming FOW show as well, where Red Devil Fight Team is going to be working the Heartbreak Express. You guys on that show as well?
Yes, we're on that show. That should actually be a really good show. That's actually next Saturday on the 21st in Hollywood at the VFW Hall. Beast is wrestling against J.B. Cool, and Sean and Dennis Allen and Kraken are going up against Barrington Hughes, Jordan Rayner, and I don't even know who the third person is. It doesn't really matter because AOD is going to come up on top again, but that'll be next Saturday. This Wednesday, of course, we have Ring Warriors at the Armory, and that's going to be a really good show. And the following Saturday, we have NWC in Miami. So we're keeping pretty busy. Actually, it just came to me who the third person is on the team. Again, like I said, it didn't matter because the Joey Saint is the third person on their team, but I'm sure the fans remember the last time Joey Saint came toward myself and my AOD, we left him laying in a pool of his own blood. So I guess he just didn't have enough. He didn't have enough of the AOD, and now he's bringing 2 other people in. And unfortunately, the 2 people he's bringing in, the 2 people, I don't even want to say the McDonald's. Again, the McDonald's thing. Probably between the 3 of them, they weigh 2,000 pounds. So
didn't Beast actually tag with Joey Saint for a while there?
Beast did tag with Joey Saint for a long time. Joey Saint was part of my Army of Darkness for a long time. Unfortunately, Joey started running his mouth little by little, going against the AOD, causing a lot of problems, and we had to take care of it. And the way we take care of it is leaving them in their own pool of blood. You know that, but that's how we took care of him, and now he's on the other side. And I bet he wishes he was back with the AOD instead of against us.
Hey, you brought up Ring Warriors. I just want to plug it again. Anybody that missed Ring Warriors' first show, it was a fantastic show. This one's shaping up to be even better. I mean, obviously, you want to try to check out all the shows you can, but that's one that, I was at the first show, and it was a fantastic show. I actually won WrestleMania tickets at the first show, too, which is very cool. But make sure you check it out, and Beast and Tommy Vandal are going to put on a hell of a match. So it should be a lot of fun.
First show was an excellent show. This time, Christina Von Airy is going to be there. And since Christina's going to be there, you never know if Jesse Neal might show up with her, which would be a good thing. The fans would enjoy meeting him.
You guys would enjoy trying to get your hands on Jesse Neal as well, as you had alluded to earlier.
That's true. If Jesse Neal shows up and he runs his mouth too much, we'll get out of the ring and go pay him a visit. We don't have a problem with that.
Now, we got one other question out of the chat room I want to ask you. One of our listeners, Y2 Jibber Jabber, he's a long-time listener. He asks this question every week. Do you have any good rib stories from the road over your years that you could share with our listeners?
I have a lot of good stories and not too many I can share. But one I can share, do you remember Dennis Knight?
Yes.
Florida Championship Wrestling. We used to go from town to town every night. And one night he left his boots at one of the towns. I don't remember what town it was, but he left his wrestling boots at the town. The next night we go in, get ready to wrestle. He's in the ring. His opponent's in the ring. The referee's going to start the match, looks over to check him, and he's wearing sneakers. Referee goes up to him and says, you have to wear wrestling boots. You cannot wrestle in sneakers. Dennis is trying to tell the referee, you know I left him at the town. You know, trying to whisper to him, I don't care what happened. You have to have wrestling boots. I'm going to disqualify you. You're going to have to wear wrestling boots in the match. They let this go on for about 5 minutes. Next thing you know, another referee walks out of the locker room with his boots, which we picked up the night before, which he didn't know about, made him get out of the ring, sit in the chair, lace up his boots, which took another 5 minutes, and then have the match. So that was actually one of the ribs that I can say on the air.
I'm sure you probably have several from your time in the business. Is there in like 30 seconds or less, I want to hear something from Beast. I want to hear what he has to say in about 30 seconds.
A, B, C, D, E, F. Tommy Vandal dead.
Is that the Beast promo there?
Yes, promo. Food. Pedigree.
Now, question, Beast. Which do you prefer, the dry or the wet food?
Dry food with Tabasco sauce.
Ooh, sounds kind of gross. Now, Beast, you're kind of a little bit of a local celebrity down there as well, as I know you've been interviewed by the Miami New Times several times there. What's that been like for you, getting that kind of press?
Fun. Good. Crazy. Woo!
Now, Beast, you've been in the Miami New Times. Also, I believe one Maximum Capacity has graced the cover of the New Times. When are you going to be on the cover of that magazine?
New Times, one day.
Well, we certainly hope to see you on the cover there because that's a pretty big deal. It's viewed by a lot of people, and it's free, so everyone can kind of pick that up there. You got any final words you want to say for your upcoming opponent at Ring Warriors, Tommy Vandal?
Tommy Vandal died piece by piece. A-O-D, A-O-D, A-O-D.
Snakemaster, question for you real quick here. I want to know, you have this whole Army of Darkness been going on for a little while. One of the people who's really affiliated with the real Army of Darkness could be one Bruce Campbell. Are you a Bruce Campbell fan?
Actually, I am not. I know who he is, but I am not.
Have you seen the movie Army of Darkness?
I hate to say this, but no, I haven't. But by the next time I talk to you, I will have seen it.
Good. It's a great film. Actually, all three Evil Dead movies are quite good films. And real quick, before we kind of wrap things up here, anything else you want to plug?
Not that I can think of. Just like we talked about, the Ring Warriors show, NWA at the Armory on Wednesday night. Tickets are on sale on their website, nwaringwarriors.com. Next Saturday night, the FOW show in Hollywood. They can go to futureofwrestling.com to get advance tickets. And I definitely love to see all our AOD fans come out to both shows and support us. We have great fans. Like I said, I'll have Snakemaster shirts for sale. We'll have AOD shirts for sale. The Ring Warriors show, we're going to have WWE tickets, WrestleMania tickets raffled off. At the FOW show, there'll be a lot of raffles, including a PS3 with 3 games. So everybody come out. They'll definitely have a good time.
Very cool. Also, you can follow both BC Brody and Snakemaster on Twitter. BC Brody is at AOD Beast, and Snakemaster is at Snakemaster Jeff. Both of those we have posted in the chat room. Before we end the show, guys, would you mind doing a drop tonight for the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour to play on future shows?
This is Snakemaster Abudadein. Everybody listen to Do Your Job Radio. Or
do it. Do your job. Or die.
We will come after you.
Very cool. Thanks so much for being with us, guys. Good luck at the NWA Ring Warriors show. as well as the Live Pro Wrestling and FOW. I'd love to have you guys back on again in the future.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
All right, that was Snakemaster as well as Beastly Brody of the Army of Darkness on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour this evening. Very interesting interview, Old School Avis Hathaway, I got to say. Definitely something a little different here to start the new year.
Little different. It was a lot of fun. Snakemaster's a guy I wanted to have on for a while, and Beast is a great wrestler down here in South Florida. His character's a little different, but he brings it in the ring. It's a lot of fun. So the first of many great shows for the new year.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a lot of great shows coming up here, Guy. A lot of great shows in the works here for the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour. January 22nd, we have the NWA Tag Team Champions, the Dark City Fight Club, will be coming on the show. They'll also be working the NWA Ring Warrior show, which is just so happened to be titled Dark City Rising, which should be a really cool show, and they'll be our guest on January 22nd. Also, January 29th, we will be off that weekend as it is the Royal Rumble. So we will not be having a show that Sunday. February 5th, we have rescheduled one of our guests we tried booking at the end of last year. All the way from Dusselheim, Germany, Alex Wright will be on the show. We've worked out all the kinks there and some technical difficulties last go-around. That show will be at a special time, 2 p.m., before Super Bowl Sunday really takes off. So 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., we will have Alex Wright on via satellite from Germany. That should be a very cool show as he spent many, many, many years with WCW and also owns and runs his own promotion in Germany, New European Wrestling, which would be really cool to have him on. And then February 12th, we return with the marquee Bruce Santee will be on the show. A very well-respected guy, great worker out of Florida. Very excited to have him on the show. He'll also be working the NWA Ring Warrior show come January 18th. February 19th, we are off, a little break there. And then February 26th, we're going to return with the Red Devil Fight Team. They'll be returning back to the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour for a little Russian radio roulette. So you call into the show, they take a shot of vodka. Get these men drunk. Make sure February 26th you tune in. Old School has been around Mikhail Ivanov, and he knows firsthand that this guy will get drunk on the air.
Yeah, he likes to drink, and they're Russian. What can you say? Russians enjoy their vodka. How often are you going to have a chance to completely control the sobriety of a professional wrestler? Probably not that often. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you call in, even if it's just to say hi. Call in, say hi, and then hang up. That's a shot for them. So hopefully we can devote the entire hour to calls. Hopefully we get a ton of calls. And hopefully we get the Red Devil Fight Team completely hammered on air.
Oh, yeah. I mean, those guys, they're fun on their own without the vodka, but put a little vodka in those guys and get them drunk on the air, who knows what they'll say. That could be one of the most unpredictable shows right here on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour, so you don't want to miss it.
It could be, and maybe we'll be lucky enough to get their thoughts on Chikara.
Right, because I remember last time around we had Green Ann and Frightmare on the show, and, they were in the chat room, a little hostile towards Chikara, which, we do want to get their thoughts, as, we are fans of the Chikara product, and Chikara also just north here of me in Baltimore. They run a lot of shows in Pennsylvania, so, I'd like to get get their thoughts on the Chikara product as well as what's going on otherwise in the world of wrestling. But, WWE does their Raw roulette thing. That's got nothing on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hours Russian radio roulette, which you don't want to miss. That's going to be an unforgettable episode.
Yeah, and it looks like Maximum Capacity is offering for next time he comes back on that. Every time somebody calls in, he'll eat a burger, which could be just as fun. Maybe we could call it the Burger Barrage, an homage to Wade Barrett. But he's saying that every time somebody calls in for him, he'll eat a burger. So it's
funny he brings that up because it was just recently when I gave you a call, and I mentioned to you about the Red Devil Fight Team and the Russian Radio Roulette episode. I brought up, what if we proposed to Max Cap if we did like a Big Mac roulette episode where every caller he'd have to eat a Big Mac from McDonald's?
You did bring that up. You absolutely did, and the fact that he brings that up, he just made a show for us. We try to bring you different things. We had a Saved by the Bell trivia one night. We're gonna have Russian Roulette. We can have the Burger Barrage episode with Max Cow.
Burger Barrage. I mean, look at that guy. You've already coined the episode. I mean, maximum capacity. Now, I know Red Devil Fight Team, they're going to live up to their end of the bargain. Maximum capacity's got to live up to that. If he's going to come on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour, he's got to make sure he makes a quick pit stop at the local McDonald's there in Orlando and buys a whole shitload of Big Macs because, man, he's going to have to, with the more callers we get, we're going to really push that, especially the way our Twitter's been blowing up. He's going to be eating a lot of Big Macs.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people joining in on Twitter, so that should be fun. Also, we have a lot of great shows we have yet to announce. We're kind of tying up some loose ends with some really great guests. You're going to want to stay tuned to our Facebook and our Twitter because we're going to be announcing some more guests in the very near future, some really great guests and some things a little bit different. So stay tuned to that as well.
Yeah, absolutely, guy. We can't let all the cats out of the bag. You got to tune in next week, the Sunday after that. As long as we're running shows, tune in, and we will release more names of guests in the coming weeks here. We're going to take one last break, and don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll conclude the show right here on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour.
Well. It is I, the lyrical miracle, the sexual intellectual, and the quintessential stud muffin, Joel. I once was with this girl. She really knew how to slob the knob. So I asked her to get on her knees, and she continued to do her job. Gertner, and you're listening to Do Your Job Radio. So do that, J.O.B, and keep listening and have yourself an eargasm.
Welcome back to the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour right here on Blog Talk Radio. I am the ConKaiserdor. Alongside me, old school Avis Hathaway. We were joined tonight by our special guests, Beastly Brody and Snakemaster. Great show, old school, like I said, very interesting show. Always great to have new guests, and what a way to start off 2012.
It was a great show. It was a little different. It was definitely fun. Like we said, Snakemaster was a guy we really wanted to have on. The Beast is a great up-and-coming wrestler, and kind of interesting to learn about the eating habits of the Beast as well. So that was definitely cool. Once again, I also want to congratulate our winner for the contest. I know we said they had to call in, but they tweeted at me they're having problems with their phone. They have been listening, so that contest is done. But stay tuned to our Twitter. We're going to be doing more giveaways. I've given away a couple DVDs, a couple autographs already. We're going to have many more DVDs, autographs, just cool merchandise all the way around. We'll be giving away on Twitter as well as on the shows in the coming weeks. So, you want free stuff, please stay tuned. We're going to give you more free stuff.
Also, once we get to our 100 followers on Facebook, right now we're at 82. We need more followers on Facebook, so spread the word. Spread the word. It is facebook.com/Do Your Job Wrestling Hour. Don't forget those periods between J.O.B, or you could just search for the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour. You can Google us, too, and that's pretty easy to find it there as well. Once we get to 100 followers, we will be doing a random drawing for a DVD, so spread the word. Also, Twitter, big prizes given away on Twitter. Do Your Job _ between J.O.B. And if you want to be a fan of the ConKaiserdor, I know Old School doesn't have a Facebook page, but I myself do. You can follow me at facebook.com/ConKaiserdor as well. And you can keep tabs on us. We've got tons of stuff going on, tons of news, what have you, on Facebook, on Twitter, so you don't want to miss it. We don't do too much of the whole wrestling news stuff. You can get that anywhere. There's 1,000 different wrestling blogs out there. We're not here to tweet all this different news and stuff like that, so certainly if you're looking for that, check out other websites, check out the websites Vince McMahon doesn't want you to know about, because we're not going to give you that stuff. We might do it a little bit, but we're more going to tell you who's going to be on the show, giveaways, prizes, all that good stuff there. And also, if there's anyone you want to see on the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour, let us know. Shoot us a message, tweet us, Facebook, or you can email us at the Do Your Job Wrestling Hour at yahoo.com. Whichever works for you works for us. So, again, don't forget to join us next week as we'll have on the show the Dark City Fight Club, the NWA Tag Team Champions. So you don't want to miss that there. So for Old School Avis Hathaway and the ConKaiserdor, we say goodnight. Thanks again to Beastly Brody and Snakemaster for joining us, as well as Max Cat for calling in this evening, and, of course, our friends at the Roman Show. We say goodnight. Tune in next week, and we'll see you with the Dark City Fight Club. Good night, everybody.